beaders, thanks so much for beading here with us today. We are going to be learning some fun and easy fast techniques to get you started, okay? So those of you out there that are already crimping or making earrings or doing stretchy bracelets or whatever you're doing in your little bead world over there, this will be a little refresher, or it could be some good tips for you, okay? So before we get started, we're going to clear our space. We're going to light our happy, fun sage. And we're going to get started by just clearing away any kind of energy you have in your day that doesn't feel like it's going to be suited for your beading enjoyment, right? So we're just going to burn it up a little bit, make it happen. This is our little happy bead place that we exist in, and it's really nice to set that up for you at home, okay? So wherever you bead, you might bead in your living room, you might bead at your kitchen table, you might bead in your bed. I know a lot of beaders of you out there do that. It's great. You feel relaxed. You feel at home. Find a comfortable space, sit with your beads, and let's get started, okay? So we're going to first talk about what kind of tools do we use? What do we use to string on? What kind of clasp do we want to use? Do we use crimps? Do we use knots? What do we do? Okay? So that's where we're going to start. So tune on in and let's get started. So, beading basics is not the most exciting thing, but it's absolutely the most necessary thing to know how to do, okay? Here in Bizarre Star Beadery, we use certain materials that we invite you to try yourself, okay? Our choice of beading material in terms of stringing our beads with a clasp is going to be soft flex wire. We love soft flex wire. It comes in fine, it comes in medium, and it also comes in heavy, okay? We love this wire because it's really nice the way that it hangs. It's really nice that it doesn't kink. It's really nice that it makes all of your jewelry look amazing. And we really encourage you to use soft flex wire, okay? I've been using it for 15 years here in the bead store. It's pretty much the only stringing material that I really enjoy using. But when I have to, I choose Aculon. Okay, Aculon's gonna be a cheaper version. It's very durable. It comes in lots of different dimensions, but our choice is the 022. Okay, we use the 022 Aculon wire. It's a stainless steel wire coated in plastic. It's really nice and malleable. It can be used anywhere from pearls to semi-precious, to crystals, to seed beads, to pretty much anything you want to do. Necklaces, bracelets, ankle bracelets, you could do multi-strand necklaces, anything you want to do. So these are going to be our choices, soft flex or Aculon, okay? That's just our preference, but if you have any other beading wire at home that you prefer to use, feel free to use that as well. When it comes to stringing any of our classes that are going to have to do with bead weaving, okay, all of you out there that are into peyote stitch, herringbone, right angle weave, any of those things, you're all familiar with Fireline, okay? Everybody loves Fireline. It comes in crystal or smoke, okay? Our preference is usually to use the smoke, but if you have some light beads, you're gonna use the crystal. It comes in several different poundages. We like the 6, the 8, or the 10. Our preference is usually gonna be for the 8 or the 10, okay? The 6 tends to split. We're not really too crazy about it, but if your bead pattern calls for a 6, feel free to use it, okay? So that's gonna be your Fireline. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about Stretch Magic, okay? Stretch Magic comes in 3 dimensions. We have the 5mm, we have the 7mm, and we also have the 1mm. My preference is going to be to use the 7 or the 1. The 5 is going to be weak, okay? Let's just be honest here. But if you have pearls or you have delicas or you have something like that, you can use the 1. But just remember, we're going to be tying our knots, a lot of them, okay? So keep that in mind. Also, we have come to understand that there are so many different ways to close your projects, right? You can use a toggle clasp, you can use a hook, or you can use a lobster claw, okay? There's other ways to do it. You could use a button, you can make a loop, totally up to you. Most cases, we're going to be using some sort of clasp. It's gonna be a hook, a lobster claw, or a toggle. All right, moving on. Moving on, let's talk about our tools, okay? Very important to have certain tools in your toolbox, all right? The most important and absolute most crucial tool to have in your toolbox is going to be the crimper. Everyone has to have one of these, okay? This is so important. If you're seed beading or you are beading your necklaces on soft flex wire and you're crimping, it doesn't matter. Let's go out, let's buy a crimping tool, go to your local bead store, buy one, you need it, okay? Crimping plier. Second most important tool, in my opinion, is going to be a good cutter, okay? Don't cheap out on the cutter. This is a soft flex cutter, it's amazing. All right, once you get your crimping done and you're ready to cut your little ends off, this is what you want. If you really want and you don't want to go buy it, I'll give you a tip. You can buy a toenail clipper, okay? You can do that. Don't feel embarrassed about it. You have a toenail clipper in your bathroom, you can use it, okay? But if you want to get a cheaper version of a cutter, this will do also. You can find this at your local bead store. We're going to our local bead store, okay? We're keeping the bead stores alive, all right? Keep that in mind. Next important tool is going to be the round nose plier. The round nose plier is going to be used to make anything that you have dangle, okay? And we're gonna use head pins for that, okay? The head pin is going to be a little metal piece that has a little head right on the head, right on the head, right on the tip. There it is, okay? It's gonna catch all of your beads. You're gonna be able to make earrings, you're gonna be able to make pendants, you're gonna be able to do whatever you wanna do and make it dangle, okay? But you're gonna need this tool to do that, and that is a round nose plier. This particular round nose plier is called a rosary cutter, a rosary plier, okay? That's because when people are making rosaries, it has a handy little cutter right here, okay? So we cut and we roll. We cut and we roll, okay? So just keep that in mind. The next thing and the last tool that we're gonna be talking about is the flat nose plier. The flat nose plier is flat, okay? We use this to kind of smush things, pull things, you know, get into different little corners that we can't get into, okay? So keep that in mind. I don't really use it that often, but when I need to, it's in my toolbox, okay? So that's how you have to think about this whole beading thing. Do I need it right now? Maybe not. But will I need it in the future? Probably, okay? So don't hesitate to buy yourself the right tools. You'll save yourself a lot of time, a lot of frustration, and you'll really enjoy beading so much more if you have all of the right tools in your bead box, okay? So I think we should get started. What do you think? Let's go.